Good evening. Thank you for joining us for another of our Atelier Artworks online lectures. Before we begin, I should like to give you some information about the Atelier at Flowerfield, a 501(c) not-for-profit organization. Our Spring 3 session starts this Monday, and we offer a variety of fine art, drawing and painting classes in a variety of mediums, both online and in studio. We also offer classes in illustration and digital painting. And we have a variety of paintings for sale on our art website. Details can be found on our website, theatelierflowerfield.org. Our next exhibition is a two-man show exhibiting the works of Ross Barbera and Chris Lipinski called Nature's Majesty. The opening reception is next Thursday, May 5th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. and the gallery is open from 9 to 5. Tonight's lecture, An Introduction to Oksana's Art, is being presented by a new instructor for us, Oksana Danziger, who will be talking about her work. She will be running a workshop this coming Saturday for Mother's Day. It's making felt flowers, and we would encourage anyone to register for that. A good thing for mother and daughter things to do. And she will also be teaching a class on fashion textile design. That starts this Tuesday. They're both open for registration, so please feel free to sign up online or call us at 631-250-9009. We welcome her this evening and hope you enjoy tonight's talk. If you wish to ask questions, please place them in our chat room and we'll answer the questions at the end of the talk. I shall now hand over to Oksana Danziger.
Okay, hi, my name is Oksana Danziger. I'm a textile and fiber artist, and I'm going to be teaching 2 classes, as Gabby mentioned. So one of them is fashion class, and planning to teach a couple workshops. So one of them felting flower this coming Saturday, and many more to come. So I have a little presentation I prepared just to show what my textile art look like and what my art looks like. This is my textile design. So when I came to America 30 years ago, I start working in the textile industry, and I'm still doing it till now. So as you see on this first page, it's mostly flowers, and lucky for me enough, it's 30 years later, the flowers still in fashion. So the class I'm planning to teach this coming Tuesday, it's Introduction to Textile Design. So it's starting with finding the motif, which can be flower, it can be anything else, it can be pine cone, and developing it in something like an ornament, or give it a spin, and talk a little bit more about composition and how you place your motifs into fabric, and how it's gonna what's gonna be the final look. Maybe even a little introduction on computer, how you work your textile design in the computer graphic. So, and again, this, because I always paint a lot of flowers. Another part of this class can be also focusing on painting and drawing motifs, choosing the colors for your flowers and composition. This particular one was done for postcards, which is surprisingly also usually the companies who sell textile designs, they usually also somehow deal with designs for postcards. This is different techniques, painting on silk, which is here I have 2 different styles of painting on the silk. 2 on the left, it's hot batik, if anyone familiar. So this is when you paint on silk, with hot wax. So basically the hot wax preserve whatever underneath. So you start from very light and gradually increase the tonality, like the color become brighter. So you're kind of building like from the blacks, from the very light to dark and bright colors. And this is also, I teach workshops, actually two different workshops on this. One is hot batik, where you use hot wax to outline your motifs and preserve them, colors from bleeding one to another. And all the way to the right, this is called cold batik, where you use different kind of reserve, which are based on glue. And when it penetrates into fabric, it's kind of create the border where the paint wouldn't run one to another. So that's how you end up with this like pink flowers on dark green ground. Because this paint, like a dye for silk, it's basically behave the same way like watercolor. If nothing prevented from spreading, it would spread one color to another. So this is another two workshops we're planning to put on for the atelier. Also, as a part of fashion class, I would like to introduce figure drawing, and as well as showing how you can show your garment. And of course we're not going to go in depth, but it's just basic presenting whatever clothes you're making or designs of fabric, how you're planning to use in a garment. And it also comes with the like aesthetic, talk a little bit about colors for the season, because all the fashion industry works by recommendation, which was released for the season, and each season is something different, and the colors recommendation, everything else. So more like not random approach, but very definite approach to what fashion happening. And this is another workshop I would like to offer. This is eco printing, and this what I start doing. I guess we all start doing a lot of different things while sitting in quarantine. So this is one of them. And eco printing is actually amazing technique where you're using natural dyes. Everything what you see on the screen, this is all this bright, vibrant colors. This is all natural. There's no chemicals in there. So you're helping with kind of natural dyes to release tannins, which is in every leaf, released down to the fabric. And different ways to do that. A lot of, I'm not going to go to depth now. It's a lot of different techniques to do that. And by steaming your bundle with silk and actual leaves, you can get this beautiful imprints on your fabric. And that's going to be one of the workshops. Actually, I'm planning to give two workshops on that, because I teach two basic techniques. The one on the left you see, and in the middle, it's using logwood, which is comes from the bark of the plant, and that beautiful vibrant purple color. It's actually absolutely natural, come from logwood bark. And the one example all the way to the right is um, the technique is called iron blanket. So basically, you create this kind of imprint by laying over the blanket from deep and ferrum solution, and that's what you get. Like it's almost like outline of leaves and shadows. So this is another couple workshops I would like to offer. Um, Another interesting technique I like, because I guess I always was interested in everything which takes place, involves surface design. So this is Nuno Felting. Um, and Nuno Felting is basically pretty Asian technique. When you work with like a raw wool, which is I mean, it's not really raw, it's washed after it's cut from the shape, it's combed, so it's like and doesn't smell bad, which is important. Um, and then you work with this material, kind of half raw material, to bind it together just with soap and water. And that's pretty amazing. So this series I show here, it's more like inspired by nature. That's why I use more natural colors. But um, in this workshop, coming workshop, we will be using a lot of vibrant colors. So, but you can see on the left all this natural forms. This forms almost look like flowers. And Nuna felting, while it's wet, you can actually form any way you want to. You basically almost like use it like a clay and shape it in different ways. So and this is Nuna felting. I mean, if there will be interest, we can take it further to sculpture or to more things like to artistic scarves or something, you know. So this is very, very interesting technique, and very unexpected sometimes, you know. So, and basically this is all my introduction, because that's just giving you a basic idea of what it is. I am recently, besides still working on textile, I'm recently teaching at NASA Art Museum and Huntington Art Council, teaching in schools on Long Island, and working on a lot of different community projects. One of them I did I did a couple community projects with Northport High School, where we created a whole entire map of America, weaved from plastic bags. And that's pretty amazing project. So I like to do like the different projects in community. And so, yeah, and this is, if you learn one of this technique, maybe you want to be like part of some community project I'm doing. I just finished another big community project with Spirit of Huntington, where we did 100 Nuna felted panels and print on them different leaves and flower, not flowers, flowers not out yet, but we print on them different leaves. So this is going to be up in a couple weeks in there. So yeah, it's always interesting to be involved, and some people want to do that. So, you know, so maybe you can be one of these people who wants to be involved in community projects. So this is all I have to say. And if you have any questions, please ask me questions. And if you want to, so please sign up for the workshops coming up. Oh, also, I didn't mention, I have another very interesting workshop, which naturally come from eco printing, natural dyeing, and hopefully we will have another workshop in the summer about indigo dyeing, which is another amazing thing. And as part of indigo dyeing, I will do workshop about shibori, which is Asian Japanese technique, tying different ways of fabric, using clips, using different shapes, and then dye your fabric in natural indigo and creating all these beautiful surface designs from that. So this is very exciting. And one thing I forgot to mention, when I teach my workshops, I usually try to finish them so you would have a finished product to take with you home. So it's not like a bunch of little things which you can do anything with. You usually end up with a scarf or something you can use at home. I don't know. So that's the way I do it. Or something like this Nuno Felting workshop that you end up with a beautiful flower pin you can use, or you can give it to somebody. Maybe Mother's Day is coming, so that's a good way. Have a nice, meaningful present for your mom.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And so do we have any questions? Does anyone want to post something in the chat room? The workshops will be posted on our website. We do have the Mother's Day Nuno Felting Flowers workshop coming up on the 7th, and we still have time for people to register. You know, a good thing for mother and daughters to do together. And we will also very shortly be posting the websites, the workshops that we're planning to do over the summer. So do look for those as well on our website. I actually did have one question. It's something I always wondered. What does indigo come from?
Oh, indigo comes actually from leaves.
Oh, it's from a leaf. Ah.
Yeah, and I'm actually again, like we all did so many things over the quarantine, so I actually grew in my own backyard indigo, and I able to derive indigo pigment from the leaves, which was pretty amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really amazing. So whatever I go teach these workshops, I try to give people indigo seeds and let them grow it, because then it not only it's nice to people to see how it's a long process when you actually separate that pigment from the leaves, but it's very interesting to see it, the whole process. And it's also when you can actually dye fabric with fresh leaves, which gives you like absolutely beautiful color, like very like periwinkle, like blue, but it's so pure, it's unbelievable, but you need a lot of leaves for that. So that's why, I'm trying to spread this indigo leaves everywhere in Long Island. Everywhere I go, I try to give my indigo seeds to people. So, but that's maybe interesting, so, and definitely shibori is, I'll be using maybe not fresh leaves, but I would be using like real indigo. Yeah, and indigo also, one of the ancient kind of dyes, natural dyes, and interestingly enough, in a lot of cultures, it was sacred color. So, and it still draws a lot of people into it. I was very surprised because the groups of indigo group over the COVID grew like 100 times. But it's just more than the color. It's really, really amazing. And is when you dye with indigo, the color first come out green, and then by oxidizing with air, it right in front of your eyes, it start turning blue. And that's pretty amazing, actually.
That sounds interesting. What other natural dyes do you normally use?
Oh, it's a bunch of them, you know. I mean, you can use anything, which basically you can grow in your backyard, like marigolds. You can use like red cabbage. It's amazing dye material. Um, I don't know. It's just so many, like basically the skin of pomegranate. It's amazing source of dye, and it gives you like, oh, turmeric, beautiful color.
Hmm.
Um, what else? But and then when you even mix indigo with with yellow, yeah, as we know, like as blue with yellow give you the beautiful green. So you can produce all kind of greens by, and then tweaking them a little bit with ferrum solution, which is iron. You can make the color brighter or make it a little. It really, it's just like mixing the colors on your palette. The same thing. It's, and we have you know, I always thought about natural colors like being like not very bright and dull and not like you know, vibrant. But I went to Mexico in January, and I learned this whole spectrum of natural dyes, which comes from bugs and who knows what, but the color is just extreme bright, and they stays vibrant for a long time. So it's really interesting territory. So I'm like very much investigating this way now. So trying to grow a bunch of things I brought from Mexico here in my backyard. We'll see what happens.
Well, we would like to thank Oksana for giving such an interesting talk on her work. I hope you found it informative and engaging. As I said before, Oksana will be giving her Nuno Felting workshop the day before Mother's Day, so that's the 7th of May. And as I said before, a good opportunity for mothers and daughters to get together and create something beautiful. We've been sending out emails about that. It's still time to register at atelierflowerfield.org. And you can always give us a call if you want to register by phone, 631-250-9009. And then we will be posting the other workshops, which will be coming later in the summer. So I hope you'll join us for some of those. And the fashion textile design class is scheduled to start this Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Again, there's still time to register. Very good for anyone who's thinking of going to college to study fashion textile design, because Oksana will be telling you basically what it entails. You know, it's often something people are not altogether familiar with, so that may well be very informative and useful.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to mention, I used to teach at FIT. So I know the first year in FIT, so I pretty much know what they're looking for and prepare them for first year, actually.
Right. So I think it would be a very, very useful class for any prospective students to take.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up. Our next lecture in May will be given by Ross Barbera. He'll be giving a demonstration of his airbrushing techniques. And also please watch out for our emails about this and other upcoming events and classes. And I do hope you'll join us for Oksana's workshop and the fashion textile design class. Thank you very much. And thank you everyone for coming in, and good night.
Thank you. Good night.